What's funny is that okay, so I went to look on Apple Music for this song a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. A couple weeks ago because I wanted it. I could not find this version. This version was hidden in one of my playlists, which is awesome. Hello, how are you doing? Okay, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. Went to work today at 2 o'clock, right? My relief was supposed to get there at 10. Can anybody tell me why I left work at 2 a.m.? Actually, it was after 2 a.m. And I'm supposed to be back at work tomorrow at 2. No one's been showing up to relieve me. Like, all week. I'm pissed off about it. Because I didn't get any time online. Okay, so I'm a creature of habit. Okay? I go to work. I come home. I sit here and eat with you. I go live. We talk. We do whatever. I get off here. I do some shit before I go to bed. It's rinse, repeat. Like, I'm a creature of fucking habit. I've had to, like, kind of make myself... So then I was like, okay, I'm not going to go live because I was listening to another live and I was like, I'm not going to go live. Like, it's just whatever. You know, it's late now, but it's a part of my routine. It's part of my routine. Plus, I need advice. Okay, so I made a video. It's about me. I mean, come on now. Sometimes I have to make a video about myself. I mean, hey. Anyway, it's about me, my journey of what happened to me. It's about how I got my nursing license suspended. It's actually a video to nurses, other nurses. And it's about being addicted to medications because your doctor made you that way. So if you guys could go watch it, I would appreciate it. If you could share it to one of your friends that may be a nurse or whatever, even if a nurse thinks that they would never do what I did. I never thought I would do what I did.
So I've told my story. I've told my story many times, but I make so many videos that the story gets like buried. And then people are like, you are an 11-time felon? Absolutely. I don't. Oh my gosh. Let me just tell you some things that people have said on the internet about me. For one, I have a tattoo right here of an 11. All right. When I got all my felonies, somebody said that I was so proud of them that I got an 11 on my finger. This is 11/11/11. I got married on that day at 11:11 a.m. This has nothing to do with my felonies. 11 felonies is an awful lot. It is. I did something I shouldn't have done. So I thought I would talk about it a little bit tonight, because I haven't talked about it in a while. And I have a lot of new followers that don't know me from Adam. So hey, I'm AK. I'm an addict. Wasn't always an addict, but I'm going to be an addict for the rest of my life now, because that's how it works. Once you're an addict forever. I'll tell you the story. So I was running to a code blue medical at a jail I worked at, because I work corrections. Now, I've done other things. I've worked in nursing facilities, but my main thing is corrections. And I was running to a code blue medical and I fell down and some things happened and I ended up having to go learn how to walk again. That's how bad I was injured at work. During that time, I was in the hospital for like 30 days. And it was during quarantine. It was 2020. This happened on New Year's Eve of 2020. And after I was in the hospital for 30 days, I had to go to a nursing facility, which was horrific because it was during COVID and none of the nurses really wanted to go into the rooms. They wouldn't answer the call light. I would try to walk to the bathroom. I would fall. It was really bad. It was so bad that I decided that I was going to take myself home and have home health come in. So I did that. And then when I was able enough to go to outpatient therapy, I went to outpatient therapy. So that whole thing took like 10 and a half, 11 months of my life. And then when I was done with therapy, I had 3 pills left. Now, the doctor had put me on Oxy 30s 4 times a day. I was in a lot of pain. I had my L1 through L4 smashed and my S1 nerve root was severed. So it was pretty difficult. Like, it was a long recovery. And so after that, I called my doctor and I said, listen, I only have 3 left. I need you to wean me down now. And he said, no, you'll be okay. Just take some Tylenol, ibuprofen for the pain, and you're going to be fine. I went to work. I was throwing up, shaking, snotting, like it was bad. And so I called the office and I said, listen, I'm withdrawing really bad. I have to work. Like, I'm the only one that works out of my family. Please, like, wean me down. He said, you are a drug addict now. Do not call us back or we're putting you on a list. And I'm like, what? I was like, I'm a nurse. I'm in the medical field. I can't work like this. He said, don't ever call back. So, in order for me to work, I had to get the medication. So I bought them off the street. And I did that for quite a while. During COVID, it went from $30 for one to $50. And it was ridiculous because I had to have at least 4. And then during that time, my husband ended up getting addicted also. So it wasn't only that I had to buy 4 of them, I had to buy 8 of them. Because if I was going to have something, he had to have something. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford it anymore. So I was in charge of destroying meds. And instead of destroying those medications, I took them. The medications that I did take, the pain meds, were from pill packages that were supposed to be destroyed. And I just didn't destroy them. I took them. So it caught up with me before I could get to, I was going to go to a Suboxone clinic, but it all caught up to me before I could do that. And so one day I was at home and the Attorney General's office showed up at my door with an officer from the nursing board. And I was scared, like really bad scared. So they didn't take the license yet. They told me that I could, they said, you can either put your license in a temporary status hold or until we can figure all this out, or it could be worse for you. And I was like, okay, so I put myself in a temporary status hold. That meant that I was no longer allowed to practice, but I didn't have another job. So I tried to find another job. At this point, my husband wasn't working. He never worked. He wasn't working, and we were almost getting ready to be evicted. So I was with an agency at that time. I was working in corrections too. And so one of the agency places that I worked, I just asked him if I could pick up a shift. So then I was working without a license. I knew my license I had 3 months until my license had to be renewed anyway. So I knew at that 3 months I was not going to be able to renew my license. But I thought that I would have enough time to try to find another job. So I was looking for a job, and I was working 3 days a week, picking up agency wherever I could. Just enough to pay the bills. I got caught. And so that's why I have 11 felonies. I have repeated felonies. It's only 3 charges, but it's repeated times. So I have working without a license repeated times. I have buying them off the street repeated times. I have stealing them repeated times. But they're all 3 the same, like adding up to 11. I wouldn't have gotten the ones for buying them off the street because I was never caught. But when I went in front of the judge to admit to what I did, I admit to buying them off the street, got myself in trouble, and got 3 extra felonies for it. Okay, so I had never been in trouble before. And I was just like, I had talked to my parents, and my parents were like, tell them everything. Tell them everything. And I did. I told him everything. And the judge told me that he was going to give me 15 years in prison. I can remember standing in front of them, like thinking to myself, how the fuck did I get here? Like I was at work and I got hurt at work and my doctor wouldn't wean me off meds. How did I get here? And it was just insane. It was completely insane. And I was just standing there and I thought, I'm going to go to prison for 15 years. I'm losing every single thing that I've ever worked for. And I had never been in trouble. Ever. And then he breathed for a minute and looked at me because, I mean, I had tears I couldn't control it. I was just crying. And he said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you intervention in lieu of conviction. I'm going to let you do court-appointed therapy. I had to have a psych eval. Court-appointed therapy. and probation for a year. If I messed up in that year, he was going to revoke everything and send me to prison. I'm still in probation. This is still going on for me. This is still my life. I've been clean though for 1,313 days. This has been something that's been going on for the last couple years, my legal situation. But I should have everything wiped off and done by the end of the year. Prosecutor's office has all the paperwork now. I've already finished my court-appointed therapy. Only thing I'm doing right now is every month I still have to go to my probation officer and check in until the prosecutor's office releases my felonies. And then I'll be done. I'm really close. I'm super close. But this has been really bad. This has been a horrible thing that's happened. And I know that I did a bad thing. I've been reminded all year long that I've done a bad thing, even though this has been going on for quite a few years now. It's not funny. It's just that it's been going on for so long, and that people on the internet have taken my story and tried to make it more than what it is, and to make it like present right now. They like to make it seem like I just went and did this stuff. They like to make it seem like I hurt people, and I never hurt anyone. Actually, you cannot be a nurse if you hurt someone. They do not allow you to hurt another person and continue to have a license. So, I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done during active addiction. But I've paid for it greatly. When I started Suboxone, when I was on the medications, I never had problems with my teeth. Now I have 12 to 14 teeth in my head, and all the rest are just nubs and cut off down to my gums. I have to live with that all the time, and I'm very self-conscious about it. Every once in a while you'll catch and you'll see I have a black spot. It's like a really dark gray, but it looks black on camera, where all of my enamel came off of my teeth because I kept throwing up because I was on Suboxone, but then I got put on Sublocade for a month, and that literally about killed me. I was throwing up all day long. I couldn't work. The doctor put too much in my skin. He got the dosage wrong because he thought I was taking 18 milligrams of, was it 18? Yeah, 8 and 8, 16. He thought I was taking 16 milligrams of Suboxone, and I wasn't. I was down on 8. He gave me the equivalent of 16 milligrams of Suboxone to be released daily under my skin as Sublocade, which made me so sick because it gave me more meds than I needed, which tore all the enamel off my teeth. All my teeth started falling out even more. So I'm greatly paying for all of my actions. When people say karma is a bitch, it really is. It really is. I have fought really hard to get my life back, though. Soon I'll be golden. I just need to get my teeth fixed soon too, because I'm starting to have health issues because of it. But yeah. So I actually made a video before I came live, just to talk about how, if you're a nurse and you are on medications for whatever reason, and you think that you have to stay on those meds, just think, what happens if the doctor takes them away one day? What are you going to do? Because you're desperate. You'll get way desperate, and you'll do things that you never thought you would. And I know there's people that I would never, that wouldn't be me. Well, that's what I thought too. I actually never thought about it because I never had to think about it. until I got injured. And if you do it and you think you're not going to get caught, I also didn't think I was going to get caught. I didn't think I was going to get caught. Yeah, doctors do that. They cut cold turkey. My doctor said too, the reason why, or the nurse, because I called back and talked to the nurse, she said the reason why the doctor just cut me off is because the doctors here in Ohio can only have so many people on narcotics. And so once somebody is able to come off, they kick them off, and then so they can put somebody else that needs them on there. I totally get that, but you have to safely wean people off of medications too. And I really wish that I would have had the money to go after him, to be honest, because he fucked my whole life. It was that easy to just wean me off. That's straight up you. I'd check myself in right away. What kind of world? Check yourself in right away. Well, I had to work. I had to work because I was the only one in my family making money. It was me, my husband, 2 dogs, 5 cats, and a turtle. Like, who was going to pay for them to live? You know, it's always easy for people to say what they would have done or what they should have done or what they could have done or whatever, but it wasn't that easy. It's very hard. Yep. It's really, really, truly, it's truly hard. It's sad what we go through. I didn't have to go through all that. That didn't have to be my story, you know? No, my husband is still an addict. But I haven't seen my husband since December of 23. So, does anybody have any questions though? I don't normally, I've come on here before and I've talked, but I've never talked like this. Like, I've never just stated like, I don't know. You know, a lot of things should have happened. The place that I was working at the time, there was always supposed to be 2 nurses who signed off medications and destroyed them together. They allowed me to destroy meds by myself, and they trusted me, and they should have, because I was always trustworthy. I was trustworthy up until I got weaned off the meds. I never took them before that. Feels like it's not worth all the cost. How do you keep going when it feels like it's not worth the cost of pain? Okay, so whenever I finally got off the meds and was able to get away from them was because of Suboxone. And then weaning off of Suboxone was horrible because I went to Sublocade, which really I thought I was going to die. I think if I could have just went back, I think if I would have just thought properly a month before, maybe I could have started like cutting them in half or like doing whatever and wean myself down. But I wasn't thinking about it because I was just taking it as prescribed because I was still kind of hurting. And I still am. I'm still in a lot of pain, but now it's different. And the pain that so when you're on these narcotics, all right, the pain that you have amplifies And I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's worse. And you have to have that med, because as soon as it starts to just leave your system, the least little bit, the pain is excruciating. I get it. I understand. Like I can't tell you how horrible that pain is. But once you're finally off of that stuff, it is literally, you can live on like some days, on my worst days, all right, I'll take a leave. And if it's really bad, I'll take a leave and then some Tylenol, okay? But like, it's manageable now. But when I was on the narcotics, it wasn't manageable at all. Like, I couldn't even go like 2 hours over not, not having it, because, like, however long you're supposed to take it, I couldn't make myself go 2 extra hours waiting for it. Like, I couldn't. I was in excruciating pain. The pain meds, the narcotics, make things worse. They do. They make things worse. They make it better in the beginning, but the longer you take it, it makes it worse. And I don't ever want to ever touch that stuff again. I know, though, eventually, if something happens, I have to have surgery or something, whatever. I know eventually I'll probably have to take one again. I don't ever want to. I am a nurse, yes. My license is currently suspended, but I am still a nurse. I'm just not practicing right now. Hey, Alicia. Congratulations. I'm 1,313 days sober. And you want to know why? You don't want to know what's great? Nobody can take that away from me. Hey, how are you? Stephanie, thank you for commenting on so many videos. I appreciate that. Why not practicing? I just told why. I stole medications and I bought them off the street and I practiced without a license. Oh, I can get it back here in Ohio. 8 years. Congratulations. That's awesome. Thank you. I don't really talk much about sobriety, like as in lives and things like that, but I would love to start talking about things. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really not that cool. I'm the biggest goober and the biggest fuck up on this app, okay? I'm bad news bears, right? But I try. Oh, okay, let's just keep going. I want to keep telling stuff that I haven't told. All right. So when I was buying them off the street, sometimes I wouldn't get, please stop requesting. That's annoying. I would buy what I thought was the medication that I needed, but I started to end up buying pressed pills. And I don't know if you guys know what those are, but those are manufactured pills off the street, and they had fent in them. Yeah, sure did. I didn't know. I was dumb. One day I took a drug test at work, and it was in the test because I wasn't okay. Like, there was something not right. And so I knew it. I knew something wasn't right and I wasn't functioning. So I literally took it, and fent was in it. I'll also tell you, when I was taking the medications, there was a time, it was actually, the first time was April 20th. It was on 4/20. One of my friends was getting married, and I'm also a photographer, and I was going to take photos of their wedding. And I was in there in the bathroom getting ready. And, well, previous to that, the guy who sold them to me told me that he didn't have any. And I was like, oh gosh, I can't withdraw right now. I've got to go do a wedding. And then I had to go to work. So he said, the only thing I have is Fent. And I had never taken it other than taking it accidentally in a pressed pill. And I was like, okay, well, I lived taking it out of a pressed pill. I could, if this is all that there is, then this is what I'm going to do. So me and my husband went, got it, come home. I was getting ready in the bathroom and it came in powder form. So, and when I started buying them off the street too, I started to abuse them. I started smashing them up and snorting them. I'm not proud of this. But my, what is it when you, my tolerance was getting to where I couldn't, like I felt like I just needed more and more to end up, whatever. It wasn't even about getting, it was just about not being in pain for me. It wasn't about like getting high or anything like that. But anyway, he lined it up, and he did it just as, but here's what happened. He lined it up just as much as what one of those would be, but this was Fent. And I come in the bedroom and he's like, okay, go ahead. I lined it up. And I went, a line this big. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up on the floor covered in shit and piss. I'm screaming, Daddy, 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 but that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say James's name, but I can't say anything but Daddy. And I sound like a little kid in my head. And he's trying to clean me up. And I'm like, why am I hurting? Why am I so sore? And he said, you were gone. He was like, you were purple. He had Narcan me and had slapped me over and over to try to get me to wake up. My whole body was sore where he was just shaking me. I was gone for over 3.5 minutes. And then life resumed. I was still going to therapy. I was able to buy them still. I was getting them still from the doctor. And a couple months go by. And here we are again. I'm without again. And the only thing that I knew was, okay, why don't we get more? And this time not do as much. Because now we know, right? We know now. Oxy 30. So a couple months go by, we go and get it again. We bring it home. Instead of doing a line that's that long, we do one that's this long. Well, he didn't. I did it first. The next thing I know, I'm waking up on the floor again. This time the ambulance is there. And I was gone for 4 minutes. I have 2 anoxic brain injuries. I have short-term memory loss. I lack impulse control now. I can't control my emotions anymore. Because I've died twice. Because of addiction. So I've been through hell and back. All I know is that I'm so glad to be here, and I'm glad that I'm clean. I'm glad that I still have the opportunities to get my nursing license back. I'm glad that through all of this, I lost so much in my life that made me now, especially the last year and a half, I've met some amazing fucking people that I don't think that I could have gotten by this last year without. I had to lose everything, I feel like, to gain some of the things in my life that I'm so glad to still have. I have people who hold me accountable. People who love me. It's been hard. I love you. It's been really, really hard. But I'm very proud of how far I've come. I don't have kids. I've got one dog now because this last week I had to put my dog down, one of my dogs. I have one dog, 5 cats, and a turtle. I think I need to tell my story more because I don't want to see other people do some of the things that I've done. It's really sad that a doctor would have I've thought many times, maybe I should write that doctor a letter and just let him know all the things that's happened to me because he wouldn't wean me off the medicine. I wonder sometimes if he would even fucking care. You're sober, but your house still looks like an addict's. I feel that. If you have somebody that's in current addiction, just know that they are not going to get help until they want to get help. And that all you can do is love them through it. Try not to enable them. Just try to love them through it. My family didn't know what I was going through because I live far away. So, I mean, they probably knew that something wasn't right, but they didn't. They knew I was on meds, though, because I had been hurt. So, but they didn't know the extent. Me and my husband is still married, but we are not together. You can't feel guilty for that. We all make our own choices. And even though I was put in a bad predicament, I still made the choice to do what I did. I still made the choices to go and get the things, even though in my head, I don't know how to explain this to you, or especially to people who aren't addicts, but your body starts to shake, and that's all your head can think about. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you want to listen to music. It doesn't matter if you want to watch TV. You can't sit still. You can't think straight. All you can think about is, oh my God, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. I can't get sick. I can't get sick. Oh my God, I'm going to get sick. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. When can I get, what do I have to do? It doesn't stop. You can sit there and say, oh, it can't be that bad. It is. It's that bad. 24/7, that bad. You can't sleep. You can't. It's bad. I wish I would have went and got on Suboxone earlier. before I got in trouble. I wish I would have been like, okay, look, I'm addicted. I need to go. But it's hard, you know? Addiction lies to you. Yes, it does. I swear I was dying too. No, I'm not on anything now. I've been clean from every single thing. I'm good. Let's see. So I haven't had any oxy for 1,313 days. The last time I took Sublocade was February last year. So February last year is when I got off of everything. But I don't consider like medications, you know, because those aren't like your drug of choice. That isn't like it. That's to help you. And it did help me. It almost killed me, but it helped me. How do I feel? I feel amazing. Being able to like look at the world with color now. Like it used to be like black and white. Like it didn't used to be color anymore. When that, I've made videos of where you can see in my eyes that I'm not there. All right. I wasn't there. And then when that fog lifts, you see the whole world differently. The whole world. I hate that I got here. I hate that I went from making $52.50 an hour to making 17 that I make right now and struggling every day. I hate that I lost relationship over it. I hate that everything I worked for and I was so proud of being, that I got up every day and put my scrubs on and I was happy. I was happy. I never had any problems. Like I never got in trouble. Like my patients always loved me. Thank you, Roy. Life's been really hard. But I've never known what it was like to live like this. I never had to want for anything, or I've never had to go without until recently, like in the last year and a half. It's an eye-opener, you know. I struggle every month to pay my rent and to pay my bills and to make sure I have gas and food. I struggle hard. And I know it's not forever. So I just keep, I keep telling myself this isn't forever, right? But I did somehow get myself here by trying to run and help inmates. I was trying to do my job and I got hurt. It only takes one thing to change your whole life, to change every single thing about your life. So, if you have a problem with medications, if you struggle, know that you're not alone. You're not alone. And know when you're laying there in your bed and you're saying, I just want to quit. Please let me just be able to wake up. I want to wake up to me just wanting to be done. You can be done. Can't tell you how many times I laid in bed just so upset. I can't tell you how many times I'd ask my husband, please help me. Help me. Help me. I don't want to be this way. And now I'm not. But he didn't help me. I did all that. And that's what has to happen as an addict. You have to want to help yourself. Because nobody else can dig you up out of a hole. Nobody else can pick you up and dust you off. You have to do those things for yourself. The best thing you can do for an addict is love them through it. Love them through it and be there for them, but don't enable them. Sometimes they won't be nice. And they'll be manipulating. Because they're going to tell you anything they can for you to help them get their next fix. So, what did we learn today? We learned that we're not going to do rugs. They're bad, right? It could fuck up your whole life, right? You could almost go to prison, right? Some people have to be on mat forever. That wasn't an option for me. I needed to get off of everything because it also was making me very, very depressed. So, but it's not a bad thing. If you have to be on it, then you have to be on it. There are people who feel more comfortable being on it because then they don't feel like they ever have to go and use because they're getting it to where it doesn't feel like you don't have that want. Like I never had the want. When I was on Suboxone, I didn't have the want to do anything. You start your taper Friday. Thank God. I'll be praying for you. Yes, I'm in Columbus. Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. MAT is medications that make it so that you don't withdraw. Cincinnati area here. I've been finding a lot of people from Ohio in my lives lately, which I find funny. Oh, I guess I have the Ohio State shirt on too. You're in Hamilton? I know where that's at. Well, this has been a bigger turnout than what I was expecting. I usually just have my 30 people. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't even going to come on live. But this is something that I haven't talked about in a long time, so I thought I would. All right. Does anybody have any questions? I'm probably going to go to bed soon, but I'll answer some questions if you want. Thank you, Carrie. Toxic train derailment down. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm sorry. I am so lucky. I am so lucky to be here still. You want to know something that was crazy? The second time that I OD'd, the ambulance came to get me. I almost went to prison because I stole pills and I bought them off the street. And I worked without my license was on a temporary hold. Thank you so much. I have a video up right now. It tells the story kind of. I told things here tonight that I've never told on live or on a video. My parents know now. They didn't know. My dad just passed away in June, but he knew. Thank you. It's been hard. The grief I've been going through lately with my dad just passing in June. I just put my dog down last Monday. Some of these things cause a lot of trauma, a lot of stress. It makes you have thoughts and feelings that you don't typically have. I've already made amends with everybody. I've had 1,300 days to do it. My grief is causing me to do weird things. I recently started dating a man. So I started thinking about this today, and so on top of all that, I'm an ex-lesbian. Let's just get it all out. Okay, let's just get it all out. I'm an ex-lesbian, and I'm dating a man right now. Now, I still love women, don't get me wrong, and I'll still date a woman, like whatever, but like, I'm literally like, I have a lot of shit that's just not okay. I think since I lost my dad, something happened up here, right? No, I'm not bi. I'm what's called omnisexual. My husband's actually a trans man, not an actual male, like biological male. But out of respect, I call him husband because that's what he wanted to be called. But now I'm with a biological man. And I was thinking today that maybe this is just something, they say that you're not supposed to do or make any crazy changes, like while you're going through grief, like the first however many days. Well, I fucked all that up somehow, and I'm telling 102 new strangers my life story. No, I was with men in the 1900s. Okay, I was with men in the 1900s. So when I was with the men in the 1900s, they were boys pretty much, like in their 20s. Now I'm dating a guy that's 54. I mean, am I happy? When I see him, I'm happy. When we're smashing, I'm happy. But when I don't get to see him, I'm not very happy. Thank you so much. You're helping to pay my rent because I'm on the struggle bus. I haven't seen him since Thursday. And I won't probably see him until this Thursday. And I'm just... I think I'm going to have to lay the law down. We're having some communication problems. Any hoozles. Nobody wants to hear this shit. Your struggle is of your own making. Is it? What do you mean by that? Okay, so the guy that I'm dating lives with somebody else, all right? And so we see each other like, it's okay though, right? It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. That's not the big deal. The big deal is that he's not communicating properly. It's like his thumbs are broken. My birthday's May 27th. I'm a Gemini. Texas born, I know that you've had problems with me for quite a while. You know, do you need 5 seconds to say everything you need to say before I boot you? Just curious, because, I don't have time for you. Gemini, that makes sense, right? Right? It makes total sense. No, he's not married. He's not married. He has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend, and he's got a girlfriend. So he's got 2 girlfriends. He's a lucky guy. He's a lucky guy. But no, like, I'm agitated with him because it's like his thumbs are broken. He can't. He's like, oh, I'm going to communicate better. No, you're not. I'm a Gemini, and I over communicate sometimes. Sometimes I shut down, but I don't mean to. Right? I don't mean to. Anyway, no, it's not a problem. Like, him having a person he lives with isn't a problem. The problem is that I just don't, I think I'm just going to have to, okay, so my name is I'm this bish, right? Because I am a bish, right? I think I'm going to have to get bitchy with him, bitchy with him, and I haven't yet. You're way too possessive for that shit. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I have abandonment issues anyway. I've been left, whatever. Now the way I look at it is they're going to leave eventually anyway. So I don't care. I don't care. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that I have to have somebody that only wants me, though. I've been thinking, in the last year about possibly being poly. Dude, listen, if I could move on, I would, but I'm an addict, right? So now I'm addicted to the addicted, all right? And let's just say it's the addicted part, okay? It's the addicted part. Well, hey, we were having a truth session here, right? Thanks. Good shit. Seriously. Find a new addiction. I like this one. I like this one. He's so cute. He's very handsome, right? Girl, there's Big D everywhere. Listen, though, all right? In this day and age, there's Dirty D. And okay, I want Dirty D, but I don't want Dirty D. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm very funny, okay? I was going to be a stand-up comedian at one point in time, but then I was like, I'm too old for this shit. And I just didn't do it. See, once I tell my serious shit, then I can get funny. But no, seriously, I am. I literally want him every day. There's something wrong with my brain, all right? There's something wrong. I already told you what was wrong with it, right? But like it's gotten really bad since June. I think that something's just warped up in here now. Like, I don't know. But I am not okay with not communicating. No, it's not because I changed addiction. Well, what did I change addictions from since June? Okay, listen. Do you want to hear another story? Fine, I'll tell it. All right. And don't think that I'm lying to you when I tell you this, because I know that's what you're going to think. But my husband ran across the whole fucking country to a bearded lady. My husband is with a bearded woman. All right. That is the story, and that's true. Okay. So you go find him. He's out here on the interwebs. All right. It's not a lie. That's 1,000% true. That's factual. Yes. These people that are just meeting me are like, what the fuck? I'm just saying. All right. He left me for a bearded woman while I was sleeping. I woke up and thought he walked to the corner store, and I thought he had been hate crimed or something. He didn't come home. And here I found out a week later when the cops came. They're like, oh, he's fine. He's in Oklahoma. I was like, what? He literally found a woman on this app who has a beard, flew out there to see her, thinking he was going to fly back home. My friend saw that he was licking her beard online. You can't make this shit up. Okay? You can't make this shit up. So, whatever. He did not bring the milk home. And his dad left his mom the same way. Not for a bearded lady. But he left for... and didn't come... and went to the store and never came home. But literally, I did wake up one morning and he just wasn't here. And I literally thought he got hate crimed. And then to find out that he literally is with the bearded lady. Like, you know what's so funny? For that whole week while I was stressing, like, I thought, oh God, maybe he did leave me. Well, he did transition. Maybe he doesn't want somebody like me anymore. Maybe he doesn't want a masked person. Maybe he wants somebody girly and feminine or whatever. So here in my head, I kept thinking, if he didn't get hate crime, then he's living life somewhere large with some beautiful woman. When I heard the news, I was driving. I had to pull over on the side of the road, get out of my car, and I laughed for 20 fucking minutes. Laughed till I cried. I was screaming and yelping that that's what he left me for? Oh, honey, I was happy. I was like, okay. So here is what, I am also a white witch, all right? My spell for him is this, that he will for eternity be pulling a beard hair out of his throat. And that's a true story. Not the beard. That's what he deserves. He like left our whole fucking family of 20 plus years. 20 plus years. No, this woman is very much a woman. She just has a beard. Yeah, have mercy. Try living my life, okay? Now, you guys, what have you learned about me in the last hour? This is insanity, right? But it's all true. That's all true. It's all true. Who else do you know that is this diverse? I learned that I actually like you. Oh, gosh. Somebody else said that to me recently. Just almost like that. We have a lot in common. Do we? Do we now? You guys should stick around. You should follow me if you're not following me. I usually am live every night. But like I said in the beginning, I can't control my emotions very well. I lack impulse control. So as long as you know those two things and realize that I have short-term memory. So if you say, AK, I just told you that yesterday. Yeah, and you'll tell me you'll tell me tomorrow, and you'll tell me the next day, and you'll have to tell me next week. And then next month, you'll have to tell me then too. Okay, just know. Because the only way I remember is if I tell myself over and over and over and over in my head the same thing, and that gets exhausting, and then I forget what I'm doing, and then I forget that I'm telling myself stuff. And it's a whole process. It really is. You think you're addicted now? To what, me? Oh my God. Help! Help! This happens all the time. This happens all the time. Please just, whatever you do, don't get obsessed. All right? It happens. All right? I think we're going to have to start a therapy group for my followers. All right? Because I've got the magnetic personality. Okay? I'm the bitch y'all love to hate. All right? That's me. It's the eyes. Yeah, sometimes my eyes change color too. They go from real light green to dark green to blue. Oh, you guys don't know this about me though. Okay, I have a hidden talent. I'm just going to give it all to you right now. All right, I have a hidden talent. Okay. I can do the slow wink. Now, you're going to be this. Okay, if you didn't already want to be close to me, this is going to pull you in. This is going to make you like, damn. Okay, so I'm about to slow wink for you. All right. Okay. Can't do it when I'm laughing. All right. What up? Omega. You are getting me. I told you. You give me a couple more days and you will think that we are married. You will. You will think that we have a relationship going on and all kinds of stuff. It's like one of those broken baby dolls. It's them eyes. I know, right? Quit. My wife is going to be mad. Well, you know what? Do you want to know what? Usually both wives like me. She'll like me too. Oh. My cat would be like, Mom, what is she doing? It's the hat that got me. This is my staple. I need to go to bed. I do. Okay, so my mods are my best friends. All right. So if you fuck with me, you fuck with them, you fuck with them, you fuck with me. All right, because they really literally are my best friends. So if you ever need anything too, and you can't get a hold of me, you can get a hold of them. But they try to keep me on track because I am not all there half the time. But I really enjoyed this though. For the most part, everybody was really respectful in the chat. I do have haters though, and it is what it is. But I really appreciate meeting you guys like this. And thank you for listening to my life. Squirrel. All right. I love you all. Try to be better people than we were yesterday. I definitely am trying to be a better person than I was yesterday. Yes, internet terrorists suck. I also stomp bullies in the ground. All right. Love you all. Bye-bye.